negative. Same verb, but we're adding a negative. Now the opposite, going from negative to positive. They don't like pizza, do they? You didn't like the movie, did you? You won't tell anyone, will you? Okay, so like, we're not using like, we're not using tell, we're using the helping verb, okay, the auxiliary verb. Not go, not met, not be, the helping verb, will, have, or would. Okay. Now, in some sentences, we talked about the order of words. Usually in questions, the verb comes before the subject. Okay, so let's look at the different sentences. You will be okay. That's an affirmative sentence. You will okay. So we have you, the subject, and then we have the verb. But in questions, we always do the opposite. Okay, we always do the opposite. The verb will be first, and then we will have the subject. Okay, verb, subject, verb, subject, verb, subject. Okay, always for a question. Always in the question part. Now, there are some sentences that don't have auxiliary verbs. Okay, here we only have live. Only have live. We only have works. Okay, here we only have your, so are or aren't. Okay, we don't have an auxiliary verb. So what do we use instead? Don't. Okay, when there is no auxiliary verb, we use do, does, did, or don't, doesn't, didn't. Okay, so for example, they live. Subject is they. Live is the verb. Live is present. Okay, present, and it is positive. So we will stay in the present, but now we will switch to negative. Okay, we're going from positive to negative, but in the present. So don't they. Same subject, same subject. Your sister works in Europe. Okay, the verb in the present. The subject, your sister. But because it's your sister, we need to use does. Okay?
Okay.
Your sister, so he, she, or it. We use does.
Third person.
Yeah, the third person. We use does or doesn't for the third person. Because works is positive, we will use the opposite on the side. We will use negative, doesn't. Okay, so that is for when there is no auxiliary verb. Now, these other two examples. You're a student, aren't you? You aren't angry, are you? Does anyone know what verb this is?
Yeah, be.
Good, the verb be. The verb be. In English, the verb be is special. It has a lot of special rules. Verb be. So in a tag question, when the main verb is, okay, you are, he is, even past tense, I was, they were, okay, when the verb be is the main verb, okay, or is the only verb, we will use it again in the tag question. So are becomes aren't. Aren't becomes are. Okay? We're still going from positive to negative or from negative to positive. But with the verb be, we are using the same verb. So okay, this will be something we'll talk about in a minute. Is becomes isn't. Are becomes aren't. Was, wasn't. Were, weren't. Now, when we say am, I am late, aren't I? Aren't I? Okay, we'll see that these are all contractions. They're all contractions. We're not saying are not you. Okay, we're not saying are not you, we're saying aren't you. Okay, we're using a contraction. But am not. Is there a contraction for this? Am not? There is no contraction. We can't say amped. Okay, there is no contraction for am not for the negative. So with the subject I, when we say I am, in the tag question, we use are, aren't I. Okay, that is a small exception. Small exception. I am becomes aren't I in tag questions because there is no contraction for am not.
Okay.
It does not exist. I am, aren't I. Okay, the only special exception. Okay, so first thing we will do together is we will practice together. Okay, so we have 10 sentences and then 10 tag questions. Okay, here are some rules to remind you. So first thing, use the auxiliary verb. If there is no auxiliary verb, you use do, does, or did in the positive or negative. If the main verb is to be, then you will use that in the tag question. Positive goes to negative, negative goes to positive. Okay, so we'll start with number one. You're going out with him.
D.
Aren't you?
H.
You are going out with him. Oops,
Sorry.
sorry. You are going out with him.
8.
I.
Are you?
Negative.
Exactly. We're going from are to aren't. And same subject, you. You haven't told your family about him.
E. Have you?
Have you?
E.
E.
Good. You met him last month. Okay, there's no auxiliary.
Didn't you?
Did you?
Did you?
Didn't. A. Didn't you?
Good. Met. Past tense. Met is past. So we need to use did or didn't. Okay. It is positive. So we use negative, didn't, in the past. Okay, last month. You were at the same party.
F. Weren't you?
F.
Weren't you? Weren't you? You didn't know he was a criminal.
C.
Did you? Did you?
Did you?
Did you?
Good. You aren't happy in the relationship.
H. H.
Okay, are you?
Are you?
You don't want to see him again.
You. K. Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
You'll tell us the truth.
E.
B.
You will.
B.
Won't you?
Okay.
Yeah, will. Will becomes will not, which is won't. You won't tell us lies.
Will
Will you be?
Will you? And last one, you understand what I'm saying.
Don't you?
Don't you?
Don't you? Okay. No auxiliary verb, so we use don't you. Don't you? Okay. So that's one practice we will do together. Now for the next activity, you will do this with a group. Okay, there are 10 questions. 10 questions. I want you to complete with a tag question. Okay, just 2 words. Okay, again, you can use these rules to help you. Okay, to finish the tag questions with just 2 words. Okay, think of who is doing the action, okay, who the subject is, and of course, look at the verb. And you can use these rules to help you. Okay? Great. All right, here you go with a group.
Hi. 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 Number 1, do your brother works at the gas station? Does he? Does he? Number 2. Number 2. Number 1 is doesn't he? Answer. Answer is doesn't he? 1. Work with. Number 2. Number 2. They don't have any proof. Isn't it? Don't do do they? Do they? Number 3. That man isn't the murder. Yeah. And he. He. Number 4. You were witness to the carry. You were witness to the carry. Wasn't you?
That was worse than you.
Yeah, worse than you.
Okay.
Oh, number 5. Number 5. The police have arrested someone. Haven't he?
Have you?
Yeah, haven't he? The number 6. The woman wasn't dead. Yeah.
Wasn't dead.
Oh, wasn't he? Wasn't she? Was he?
Was she?
Was she? The
Won't
number
be.
6.
Won't be.
Was he? The number 7.
The girl,
That girl
took your break.
took your bite.
Took your
Did she? Did she?
Maybe.
Did she?
They should maybe.
Did she? Oh, didn't she? Number 8. You won't go to prison.
Well, he.
The number 9.
You haven't seen the suspect. Have you?
Have you eat? Yeah.
Have you? They don't have enough evidence.
The number 10. They didn't have enough evidence.
Didn't they?
Didn't he? They? Yeah. Didn't he? Didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Didn't that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Finish.
Okay.
You are great.
Oh, thank you.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from China. Oh, here is nice.
Thailand.
Oh, China. Where are from?
China.
I'm from too. Oh, yeah. I'm come from China.
Oh.
That's from.
你好。
Oh, hi.
你好，你普通话说的还行吗？
还好。
我没想到。
Where are you from too? 哦，你在哪里？
我是台湾的。我刚大学毕业。
Oh, hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I work all day. Night. I go home at night. Study English.
Oh, so you. Oh, okay. We have time. You work for.
How are you doing, Dimitro?
Very difficult for me. I don't understand this grammar.
Okay. The verbs The verbs are difficult for you? Okay. Okay, welcome back. And we're going to do one thing at a time, one step at a time. So, your brother. What is a pronoun we can use for your brother?
Doesn't he?
Okay, he
Yeah.
works. Okay, unfortunately, no auxiliary verb. So we have to use do, does, or did. Okay, with your brother, okay, we would use does.
Does.
Yeah,
Does
and
he?
because this is positive, now we know on this side it needs to be the opposite. It needs to be negative.
Okay.
So I heard someone say, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Okay.
Doesn't he? Okay. Number 2, they. So we already have a pronoun. They don't have. Okay. Don't. Negative. Okay. We're not going to use have. We're going to use don't, which is the helping verb. The opposite of don't is do.
Do.
The subject they. Do they?
Do they? Okay.
They don't have any proof, do they?
Right.
Okay.
That man. What can we say that man?
He.
He again. He. Now the verb isn't.
Isn't.
Okay, we're using the
Negative.
main verb be. Yeah, is negative.
Mhm.
We're using the main verb to be. Okay, is.
Is he? Is he?
Is he.
Is he?
Good. So we're going from negative to
Mhm.
positive.
Okay.
You were a witness to the crime. Okay, again, were. This is the verb be.
Positive.
Yeah. This is the verb be again. So we can use it again. We just
Weren't you? Negative. Weren't you?
yeah, weren't you?
Mhm.
Weren't you? Now this one, the police. What pronoun can I use for the police?
He. Okay.
Not the policeman. Not the policeman.
They.
The police.
Oh.
Yes. They.
They.
Yeah.
Oh.
When we say the police, we mean the group. The
They.
group of police.
Oh.
Okay. The police departments. Okay. It is a
Okay.
group of people. So they have arrested someone. Okay, we haven't.
Haven't
Having.
They.
haven't they?
Haven't they? Good. So, this is positive. Have. So we will use negative. Haven't they? The woman. Oh, sorry. The woman.
He.
I'm too fast. The woman is she. The woman is she. We have the verb here, the verb to be, but negative.
Negative.
So we will use
Positive.
positive instead. The woman wasn't dead, was she? That girl.
She.
That girl. She again.
She.
Here we have took. So we do not have the verb be, do not have an auxiliary verb. So we need to use do, does, or did.
Does or did?
Does.
What took? Is that right now or is that in the past? Took.
Take.
Yeah. Took is past.
Is past.
Yeah. So we use
Did.
Does. Did.
Did.
because
Did.
this is happening
Did.
in the past.
Doesn't.
Okay. And it is positive. So what does did in the negative?
Didn't she?
Didn't.
Didn't she?
Didn't she?
Didn't she?
Okay, so I'll say here, no auxiliary verb. Plus it's the past. Okay, took. So we use did.
Okay.
And positive equals negative, which is didn't. Okay,
Okay.
just to help anyone who is unsure of how we got here. Okay, so first thing, no auxiliary verb. Okay, took is not the verb be. It is in the past. So we can't use do or does. We'll use did because did is the past. It is positive, so we will use negative. Didn't. Didn't she? Number 8. He won't go. Won't go.
Will.
Will go.
Will he? Good.
Will he?
Won't is will not. Will not. It looks a little different. Won't. Will not.
Yeah.
So we use the positive now. Will. Will. We go from negative to positive. 9. You haven't seen the suspect.
Have you?
Have you? Good. We're not using seen. Okay, we're using the auxiliary verb from negative to positive. And last one, they didn't have enough evidence.
Did they?
Did they?
Did they? Good. We're going from negative, didn't, not have, didn't, negative, to positive, did. Okay. Let me take a photo. I will send this to you. And we will now focus on pronunciation. Before we do that, let's take a break. Okay, just a quick break. 5 minutes. We will come back, continue to talk about tag questions, but first look at pronunciation. Okay, I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Types of questions. Okay, we have yes or no questions. For example, are you married? Yes or no? Do you have children? Yes or no?
No.
Me neither. No. So those are yes or no questions. Okay, we answer with yes or no. Then we have other questions like who. Okay, who are your parents? What is your job? Where do you live? When were you born? Okay, we are answering with not yes or no. We're answering with maybe a sentence or a few words. Okay, so those are just in general the two types of questions. Generally, with yes or no questions, for example, have you been to Canada? Have you been to Canada?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
great. No,
No.
so sorry. Usually with yes or no questions, our intonation rises. Okay, we are waiting for your answer. We are waiting for yes or no. Have you been to Canada? Have you been to Canada? The intonation is going up.
Yes.
Oh, yes, no, maybe. Okay, but with who, what, where, when questions, the intonation is actually going down. When did you go to Canada? Okay, the first word, okay, the when is more important. Okay, it's the most important part of this sentence because the information we want to know is when. When did you go to Canada? So it's the opposite. The intonation is usually falling. Okay, when did you go to Canada? When did you go to Canada? Okay, who said yes? Have you been to Canada?
Yes.
Yes. When? When did you go to Canada?
In
September.
2017.
Oh, 2017. Excellent. Okay, so this is just in general. Yes or no? Have you been to Canada? Okay, we're waiting for yes or no. Who, what, where, when? When did you go to Canada? Okay, you're starting high and then going low. But tag questions. Tag questions. Are they yes or no questions? Or are they who, what, where questions? Okay. Really, they are yes or no questions. Okay. But they are not always following this rule. Okay. So let's look at an example. Before we listen, I want you to try to finish, fill in the blanks with a tag question. Okay. Your last name is Jones. Your last name is Jones.
Don't you?
Okay, let's start with this. Your last name. What pronoun can we use?
Don't.
Your last name?
Even
Is.
It. We have the pronoun or subject it, and then the verb is. Last name's Jones. Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it? Good. And you're 27. You're 27.
Right?
Aren't you? Aren't you? Good. Aren't you? You weren't at home last night at 8. You weren't.
Was you?
Were you?
Were you?
Weren't you?
Were you?
Okay. But you don't have any witnesses.
You have?
Do.
You don't.
Do you? Do you?
Do
Do
you?
you? Do you?
Yeah. You
do
don't have any witnesses, do you? Your wife wasn't with you.
Was she?
Was she?
Was
Good.
she?
Was she?
Your
Was
wife
she?
wasn't with you, was she? So this is the dialogue between a police officer and a suspect. Okay. The police officer is interrogating, asking questions to the suspect. Okay, I'll write here. Interrogating. Okay, asking questions.
Mhm.
Okay, part of the investigation. So let's listen to check.
Так говори.
Oh, let's listen to check.
5.39.
Все равно це договоренность була.
Your last name's Jones, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Так, давай.
And you're 27, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
You weren't at home last night at 8 o'clock, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was at the movie theater.
But you don't have any witnesses, do you?
Yes, I do. My wife was with me.
Your wife wasn't with you, was she?
How do you know?
Because she was with me at the police station. We arrested her yesterday.
Okay. In this dialogue, the police officer already knows the information. She already knows his last name, his age, that he wasn't at home. She already knows this information, but she's just checking. She wants to know what the suspect knows. So she's looking for a yes or no answer. Okay, yes or no. But in your opinion, does the intonation rise or does it fall? Let's listen one more time. Is the intonation going up or is it going down?
5.40. 1. Your last name's Jones, isn't it? 2. And you're 27, aren't you? 3. You weren't at home last night at 8 o'clock, were you? 4. But you don't have any witnesses, do you? 5. Your wife wasn't with you, was she?
Okay. So listening to that, is the intonation going up or is it going down? What do you think?
Going up.
Going down.
Oh, I heard two different answers. Ooh. Okay, let me say it the way she is saying it, and then I will say it differently. Your last name's Jones, isn't it? That's how she's saying it. Your last name's Jones, isn't it? Your last name's Jones, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, so the way she is saying it, it is actually going down. Okay, it's going down because she already knows the information. Okay, she's almost positive. So the intonation is going down. Going down. So let's practice together just a little bit. Your last name's Jones, isn't it? Together. Your last name's Jones, isn't it?
Your last name's John, isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Okay, so this is linked. Okay, isn't it?
Okay.
You're not really pronouncing this T. It's not a very strong T, isn't it? You're pronouncing this T, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Excellent.
Good. Your last name's Jones, isn't it? Okay. And you're 27, aren't you? And you're 27, aren't you? Together, aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
It,
Aren't you?
it kind of sounds like there's a chew. Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
And you're 27, aren't you?
Aren't you?
You weren't at home last night at 8 o'clock, were you? Were you?
Were you? Were you?
You weren't at home last night at 8 o'clock, were you?
Were you?
On last night at 8 o'clock. Weren't you?
Were you? But you don't have any witnesses, do you?
Do you? Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Okay. But you don't have any witnesses, do you?
Don't have any.
We don't have any reason in the job.
Do you? Your wife wasn't with you, was she?
Was she?
Your wife wasn't with you, was she?
Was she?
Was she? Okay.
Was she?
Just a little bit of practice. But so this first one is similar to what she was saying. We are only checking the information because we already know the answer. Okay, we're almost positive it's true. Your name's Tina, isn't it? You're 27, aren't you? Okay, the intonation is falling slightly. Okay, your name's Tina, isn't it? You're 27, aren't you? It doesn't really sound like a question. Not really. The second example, okay, I'm really not sure. maybe her name is Tanya. I don't know if it's Tina. I'm just guessing. Okay, I'm not sure. This will sound different. Your name's Tina, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay.
Isn't it?
You're 37, aren't you? Aren't you? Yeah, you're not sure. You're unsure. So it sounds a little like you're confused. Okay. You aren't sure of the answer. Okay. So the intonation will rise. It will be a little different. Your name's Tina, isn't it? Okay. Your voice will go up. You're 37, aren't you? Aren't you? It's a little different. So if you are certain of the information, okay, it will go down, isn't it? But if you're unsure, it'll go up, isn't it? It'll sound a little different. But for now, we will practice. Okay, we will now practice speaking. So you will be with a partner, with one partner. You will take turns being the detective and being the suspect. Okay. As a detective, I want you to ask your partner these questions, but do not write anything. Okay. Do not write their answers. Try to remember their answers.
Oh my
God. After you both finish, okay. So for example, me and Catalina are partners. I will ask her all of the questions. She will ask me all of the questions. Then we will ask tag questions to check the information. Okay. So let me demonstrate. This is silly, but what's your name? Sandy. Sandy, what's your name?
My name is Sandy Matus.
Matus, okay. Barbara, where do you live?
I live in Brazil.
In Brazil. Okay. I'm just writing the names so I remember who I asked. Okay, Catalina, if you feel comfortable answering this question, how old are you?
35.
35, okay. Ming, where were you born?
Oh, I'm born in China.
In China, okay.
Yeah.
Lucas, are you married?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Dimitro, what do you do for work?
IT,
IT?
IT technology.
Okay.
And
So you work with computers.
yes.
Okay. Very Diana, what car do you drive?
Mazda.
Mazda, okay. Glenda, how long have you lived in Malaysia?
2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
Okay. Kevin,
Hi.
Kevin, what did you
Hey.
do last night? What did you do last night?
I'm sleeping.
Are you sleeping? Okay, good answer. And Suri, where were you at 7 o'clock this morning?
Where were you? I was going to gym.
To the gym. Oh, very healthy. Okay, so now I will try to remember your answers and ask you tag questions. So, Sandy, your name is Sandy Matus, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Barbara, you live in Brazil, don't you? Am I correct? No? Brazil?
Yes.
Yes, good, good. Catalina, oh, you are 30 years old, aren't you?
No.
30 something.
Yeah. Yeah. 35.
35. Oh, that was my next guess. Ming, you were born in China, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay,
was.
good. Lucas, you are married, aren't you?
Yes.
Good. Dimitro, you work in IT, don't you?
Yes.
Good. Viri Diana, you have a Mazda, don't you?
Yes.
Good. Good. Glenda, you have lived in Malaysia for 2 years, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Kevin, last night you were sleeping, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay. And Suri, at 7 o'clock this morning, you were going to the gym, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay, so I only had one error. The age. So now you will do the same thing with your partner. Okay. Ask the question. Okay. So you will ask the questions. Your partner will ask the questions, and then you will check with tag questions. Okay. Tag questions at the end. Just simply answer the questions first. Do not write anything down. Try to remember. Okay. Let me put you with a partner. First, sorry, is your microphone working?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Suri, you're there. Kevin, you're there. Palit, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Oh, beautiful. We have perfect amount of students. Okay. All right, here you go with a partner. Good luck.
Good morning.
Morning.
The first, what do you think the most common crime in your country is?
Repeat, please.
Sorry?
Excuse me. What you asking? Uh-huh. I understand. You think the most common.
I don't know what it means common. You know, common?
Mm-hmm. In my country, I think this uh, theft, theft.
Sorry?
The
Theft. Theft.
theft. This time in my country.
What is your country?
Hmm?
Where is your country?
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Mm-hmm.
Ukraine. Okay. Show police in your country be strict or less strict?
Mm-hmm.
And my country is less strict. I'm from Mexico.
Okay.
How are we doing here? Did you ask the questions?
Hello?
Hi.
Right.
Teacher, I have a question.
Sure.
Show police in your country be strict or less strict? I answer less strict.
Okay, so we're doing these questions right now. These ones.
Oh,
Yeah, we're doing the tag questions.
Mm-hmm.
So ask Dimitro these questions. He will ask you these questions. Then you will check the answers using tag questions.
okay, thank you.
Okay, try again.
Matthew, sorry. What is your name?
My name. My name Mitro.
Matthew?
Dmitry.
Okay. My name is Viridiana. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Where do you live?
I live in Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Mm.
I live in Mexico now.
Okay.
How old are you?
44, yeah.
44. 44?
44. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have 27.
Okay.
Where were you born?
I born in Ukraine, town
Ukraine?
Prerud. Yes.
Yes, I'm born in Mexico too.
Mm-hmm.
Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
I don't marry. I am married. I am married. What do you do?
I work in IT technology. IT. Internet technology.
Internet technology.
Technology. Mm-hmm.
I do network marketing.
What?
I do network marketing. Network marketing.
Aha.
Similar
Okay.
to work office.
Mm-hmm.
What car do you drive?
Yes, I can. What? My car Toyota.
Toyota.
RAV4. RAV4.
Mazda.
What?
Mazda.
Mazda. Mm-hmm.
How long have you lived in this town?
I lived 44. Yeah.
44?
Yes.
All the time. Okay. I live in here for maybe in this town,
Mm.
10 years.
Mm-hmm. 10 years.
10 years.
Okay.
How did you do last night?
Sleeping.
Sleep. Me too.
Sleep.
Where were you at 7 this morning?
And 7 o'clock, I was in bed. I wake up about 8.
With your butt?
Yes, 8.
Oh, I
8
clean
morning.
my face.
Okay.
Demetri, your name is Demetri, is it?
Yes.
Is.
And yes, it is it.
Okay. Do you live in Ukraine?
Yes, I live in Ukraine. Is it?
Do you have a 44 years old?
Yes.
You born in Ukraine,
Yes, is it?
right? You married this.
Yes.
You have that car Toyota.
Yes.
You
You
live
will ask,
in
excuse me, you will ask this yes or no.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Um, you live in this town for 24?
Yes.
Okay.
44. 44. No.
Um, do you sleep last night? Do you sleep last night?
Yes. Yes. I sleep.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
You were you at 7 in the morning? You do paper board.
What?
You say paper board
Yes.
this morning
This morning, I
at 7 o'clock.
at 7 o'clock, I was in bed. I get up was about 8 o'clock morning.
Okay. What is what time is now in your country? What time is it in your country now?
Don't understand, sorry.
What time is it? What time is it in your country now?
In our country, 5 p.m.
5?
5.
Oh, in
Yes.
my country is 9 a.m.
Mm. Okay.
9 a.m. Okay. Your turn.
Your name is Vienna?
Yes, it is my name.
You live in Mexico? Mexico? You old 27.
27, it's true.
Okay. You born in Mexico? Mexico?
Yes, yes.
You are not married.
No, I don't marry.
You do you work in you I'm not right with this. Do you work in marketing, network
Yes,
marketing?
Yes. Congrats.
Um, your car is Mazda.
Yes.
You lived in this town about 10 years.
Yes.
Yes. You last night you sleep
Yes. Honestly, that's nice.
and you 7 o'clock morning you
Wash my face.
wash your face. Okay.
Yes.
Normal, I think.
It's easy. Okay, good job.
Good.
All done?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
We're
you just
done.
finished. Good. Good. Do you have a good memory or a bad memory?
A good memory.
Okay. Vera Diana, good or bad memory?
Good. It's easy.
Good. Good. Oh, I like that. Easy. Okay. Tomorrow we will try something more difficult.
Oh my God.
Oh. Okay, good job.
Thank you.
We will go back to the class very soon.
Thank you, Dimitri.
Thank you, Anna.
Okay. We will wait for everyone to return. Okay, welcome back. I heard some correct tag questions, but some were incorrect. So let's check them together. I will test my memory again. Your name is Sandy. Well, now I can see it on Zoom. It's a little easier. Your name is Sandy Matus. How can I ask a tag question?
Isn't it?
Good. Isn't it? Good. We're talking about your name. Your name. This is not a person. Okay, it is it. Okay. And Barbara. Okay. Barbara, you live in Brazil.
Don't you?
Excellent. Don't you?
Don't you?
Don't you? Don't you? Don't you?
Don't
Okay.
you?
We do not have an auxiliary verb. Okay. There's no auxiliary verb. So we need to add do, does, or did with the subject you. We use do because this is in the present, but we will use the opposite, negative. Don't you? Okay. Don't you? Don't you? Okay. Not really don't you. It's don't you. Don't you? Oh, I won't forget it this time. Catalina, you are 35 years old.
Aren't you?
Didn't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Yes.
Aren't you?
This is the verb be.
Aren't you?
We will use be again, aren't you?
Confound with passive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the verb be, so we use the verb be again, but opposite, aren't. Aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? Qming, you were born in China, capital China.
Weren't you?
Good. Okay, we can say weren't you or weren't you.
Yes, I was.
Good.
Yes, I am.
No, you can say was, yeah, because you were born in the past. Was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was. Okay.
Oh.
Lucas, you are married.
Aren't you?
Aren't you? Good. So again, the verb be, we can use it again in the tag question. Dimitro, you work in IT.
Don't you? Don't you?
Don't you?
Yeah. So this question, it depends how you answer. For example, if I said, if I answered, I am a teacher. Okay. You are a teacher.
Doesn't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The verb be.
Be.
Okay. The
Aren't
verb
you?
be we use again. So it depends how you answer the question. You can talk about what field, okay, what kind of work you do, or you can say the title. Okay, I am a teacher. I am an engineer. Okay, so that will be different. A different answer, different tag question. Vera Diana, you drive a Mazda.
Don't you?
Yeah, don't you?
Don't you?
Don't you?
Don't
Okay,
you?
yeah. Glenda, you have lived in Malaysia for it's either 2 years or 3 years.
2 years.
It's 2 years? So
Yeah. Haven't
Haven't you?
Haven't
you?
Haven't you?
You?
yeah, haven't you? Okay, is that correct? 2 years?
Yes.
Ooh, thank you. Someone help me. This was for Kevin. Yes, Kevin. You were sleeping last night.
Didn't you? Didn't you?
Were,
Where are you?
Aren't
It's a past.
Were-
Where are you?
yeah. Okay, we have were and sleeping. Okay,
Mm.
were is the helping verb.
Past.
Yeah. And last one, this was Suri. You were, I think you said going to the gym this morning. Okay. Similar to the last one.
Weren't
Weren't you?
Weren't you? Good, 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 good. Okay, so those are the answers. We will try this again tomorrow with some different questions. Okay, we will see if you are able to remember the answers for the whole class. Okay, I will ask you questions at the beginning, or you will ask me questions at the beginning of class. And then at the end of class, we will check the information to see if you remember my answers. Okay, that will be for tomorrow. For the rest of the class, I have just some discussion questions. We've been talking about crime, okay? And unfortunately, crime is something every country has. So I will put you with a group for a few minutes to discuss these questions. First question, what do you think the most common crime in your country is? Okay. Countries are very big, so maybe you can think of your city. What is the most common crime in your city? 2, should police in your country be stricter or less strict? This means, should they,
Strong.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a different verb. Okay, we would say enforce the rules or enforce the law. Okay, are they nice or are they mean? Should they be more serious? Okay, should they have more rules or more laws, or should they have less? What is your opinion? 3, is there something people in your country do a lot that you think should be illegal? Okay, illegal, not allowed, forbidden. Is crime a serious problem where you live? Okay, in your city or in your neighborhood? Have you ever seen a crime happen? 6, do you think criminals can change? Okay, do you think if they go to prison or go to jail, do you think they can become better people? And last one, can you tell if a kid will grow up to be a criminal? Okay. Are you able to see and to know if a kid will grow up to be a criminal? So we only have about 9 minutes. So we'll talk for a few minutes with a group about these questions. Okay. Put you in a bigger group. Okay, here you go.
Hi.
Hi.
I share my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the number 1.
Yeah.
What what do you think the most common crime in your country is? What? Oh,
I think still
I think theft.
still.
oh. The number 2.
Yes.
Should police in your country be stricter or less strict?
My country police be stricter.
Oh, this trip. Oh, okay.
Yes.
In my country, police will be less strict.
Less
Oh.
strict.
Stricter. Tema the middle. Hey.
Metal. Yes.
No, number 7. Number 3. Is there something people in your country do you lot of think short? Illegal. Short be illegal.
I don't know.
I think casino.
Casino.
Casino. Roulette. Game. Casino.
Oh yes, the question how to illegal. Oh, the number 4 is crime. Several problem where you live. Crime are several problem where you live.
Yes.
Yes.
In metro, your answer is yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm yes.
Yes.
Number 5. Have you ever seen crime happen?
No, I haven't.
Yes, I see.
Oh, yes, I see too.
Oh,
This is terrible. Oh, okay. Number 6, do you think criminals can change it, become better people?
yeah, yes, I think they can change it.
Oh, yes, I think
Yeah.
they become better. Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
I think
sorry?
maybe sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. Okay. Number 8. Can you tell if your can will grow up to be a criminal?
Yeah, yes, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't.
I can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We are finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finish.
Yeah.
Okay. Return. Okay.
Thank you. See you.
Okay, welcome back. Just a short discussion about crime in your country. We'll continue to talk about crime tomorrow. We will do a lot of reading and listening tomorrow. And we're going to read the story of a crime. Okay, so be prepared for reading and listening tomorrow and a little bit of tag question practice. So for homework today, I will send you a link, but it will be some tag questions, very similar to the practice we did today, for you to practice tag questions. Okay? Okay. Great. Good job.
Okay.
Everyone, have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Tomorrow.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.